What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counter Punch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn states that he plans to stage boxing behind closed doors. Wow. Okay. He has announced that Matchroom headquarters will host fights behind closed doors when boxing returns in July or August. And we will see a ring erected on the lawns outside the mansion in Brentwood, Essex, where Hearn grew up as a child. He said, "This is an old family home," he explained. He said, "I grew up here, so obviously we feel great here. It's been very good to us. I think I paid £200,000 for it, and the time, which looks like an investment, a good investment now. But more than that, and more than the money, this has been very lucky for us. Been a very lucky place. We're big believers in and that luck." Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much the article. He plans to build a venue right outside his house. He says his house gives him good luck. It was a good investment, and he thinks another good investment will be staging this headquarters behind it looks to me like a tent, like a facility. Okay, of course it hasn't been built yet. I'm just looking at the specs on it, and it looks like, some type of enclosed area where they're going to be fighting at, which I think this is an attempt to get sports back in. If these, because I know right now we're going through phase one, okay, in this state, phase one with the coronavirus. Well, it's phase one is, to me, more like guinea pigs. Okay, they're watching and observing what will happen to the first wave of people that all come out to work in this first phase of getting, everything back in order. Obviously, people are going to get sick, but they don't know how. That's why I call them guinea pigs, because they're just observing them, right? So I think this is probably at the end of phase three. But if phase one goes good, I think you wouldn't really need this. But if phase one goes bad, I think they should put this definitely into effect, because that lets us know that things are going to take a long time to get back to the way they used to be. Okay, and the way they used to be is people congregating, engaging with each other. People on top of people. Social distancing was something that you only heard from a movie like Contagion or something like that. But I think if things get worse, I think that people will look at this idea more openly, because people will be pushed right back to where they were in, okay? Right back into a quarantine state. So what have we had? Board games, telephone, text message, television, right? Everything that consists, karaoke machines, but everything consists of your house, your home. So what mostly do we watch boxing on? Honestly, television. So it's not too far off the beaten path. A lot of people, I think the corporations are tripping and they're going psycho because they're missing the revenue of the live gate. And the live gate brought in a totally different source of revenue. And then just to see that revenue go down the toilet to a businessman, they might as well jump out the window of a 14-foot building or the 13th floor, right? Trick question. But anyway, I think it's good. I think it's something like I can appreciate Eddie Hearn looking at the future, okay? Because once you give into acceptance, I think that's what's going to cause us to grow and get things that we haven't seen, and we want to see live boxing. So if they can televise live boxing at this particular facility that Eddie Hearn has wants to create a mastermind, I see no problem in it. Okay. The only thing you're going to miss is sure going to see it live, but at least it's happening. At least you get to see these guys fight. Will it affect the fighters to a certain degree? I'm pretty sure it will, but it's all about adapting to where you're at and what's going on. Would you rather fight with an empty crowd with some cameras and a couple judges in the two corners, or bring everybody in and everybody gets sick and we put everybody in danger? Which one would you want to do? Or don't have it at all. That's always an option. That's what we've had lately. Nothing, right? So it's the alternative. Okay, what would you rather want? Right? Is everybody to run out, get sick, or no one to have it at all, or have it behind closed doors? So I do think that they will lose some revenue on it, but in hindsight, you always want to look back at something and say, you know what, I understand why I wanted to do that. Just like the DAZN app in America, I understand why that was so big over here. It was a market for that over here. Just like it will be a market for closed in arenas for fights if this COVID-19 doesn't get any better, or if it goes and it pushes longer than people expected, right? Well, fighters don't get paid until they fight people. So I think they're going to look more and more toward that idea. Hey, give me a flat fee, give me 2 or 3 million, let me fight my opponent, let me go back home to my family with my check. You know what I mean? But I think Eddie Hearn, he's innovative. He's trying to create more ways. I think it's driving him crazy too. It's driving him mad, right? Sitting at home, looking at the misses in the cheering, right? But all in all, I think that if it gets worse, this would definitely be something to look into. Okay, but anyway, that's my counter punch on it. You guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn building a facility behind closed doors. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.